Alright, cool. So you basically tried everything. You've watched hundreds of YouTube videos, tried bid cap, cost cap, different creatives. You've tried to raise the volume of creatives. You've tried thousands of different angles. You have your personas nailed in, but just nothing works. Your ROAS is still low. You can't fix it. And most likely the reason is not that. It's not within the creatives. It's not within, the actual volume of creatives. It's not within the angles that you're trying. It's not within the personas. It's something else. And in this video, I want to show you exactly what the problem most likely is and how you can fix it. So whether you're spending, like 15K a month, or whether you're spending 20K a month, or whether you're spending 40K, 50K a month, or whether you're spending 150K a month, this thing applies to you. Anyways, whether you're spending 100K, 500K a month, this is most likely the issue. Let's say you have nailed everything. So you have the offer, it's working, landing page, you have an amazing funnel, everything is working, you have an amazing product market fit, you're already, a good like 100K, 200K a month, or even like 50K a month, you have an amazing product market fit. And probably the reason why your ROAS is low is because you're still making mistakes within the basics and not within the technical stuff. You're most likely using the wrong messages and angles based on the market that you're in. And here I want to introduce the concept of market sophistication. So you advertise your products without considering this important aspect, and your ads just don't work. So what is market sophistication? The market sophistication is about how your message fits into the evolution of your market. Let me explain. I'm also going to give you some examples. So the market sophistication can be, seen in this simple graph. And there are 5 different levels to it. So different levels, and by the way, this concept here comes from the book Breakthrough Advertising, so I highly recommend you to read that book as well, because it's going to give you a very, 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 very good understanding of, marketing and advertising. And the concept is basically this one. There are different levels of market sophistications, and the levels are most likely 5. So what is happening here is that the more the level of market sophistication increase, the more is going to be the time, the amount and quality of the buying experiences, and the higher is going to be the skepticism of your prospects. So let me give you some example. Level number 1. This is just the build of the market. And so you can just basically make any claim because no one have ever seen your product with your unique thing, And then there is a level 2 where you can make the claim bigger than your competitors. So most likely there are some competitors in the market, and so you need to show that your product is just better, so you can claim bigger. Level 3 introduce a mechanism that offer a logical reason why your claim is achievable, because probably level 3 people have already seen like a lot of competitors now that are in the markets, everyone making different claims here and there, but the thing is that people just don't trust anymore because probably they've tried a lot of different solutions. And so you need to actually give a logical reason why your product or mechanism is better or just works. Level 4, you need to create a better mechanism, and you need to do kind of an upgrade version of the previous mechanism with the ads and the messages that you're delivering, or of course with your products. And then the level 5, market skepticism is at the maximum level. They no longer believe in any mechanism within the market, and there is a new advanced marketing strategies needed. So I'm just going to give you some example just to make things much more simple. Let's talk about the weight loss market today in 2025. Of course, this market is very mature and skeptical, probably like 4 or 5 sophistication. And the reason why I can see this, probably you know that as well, is that there are like a lot of different solutions for weight loss since how many years now? Probably like hundreds of thousands of solutions. Probably not hundreds of thousands, but like thousands of solutions, right? Hundreds of solutions. And so people have tried almost everything. They tried everything, and most of the time, the solutions that they see, they don't work. And so people have tried dozens of diets and supplements. They heard every kind of miracle claim, and they lost trust in flashy promises. So you can't win with the hype that you bring with the product. You need more proof, more transparency, and emotional connection. Now, I just want to give you an example of the different market sophistication level for like the different, weight loss industry. So you get an understanding of how this works overall. So level 1, new market. If your product is revolutionary, never seen before, focus on education. What is it and how does it work? Okay. Then you have level 2, when the competition begins. So if your competitors start appearing, then you need to show a little bit more your unique advantage across, the competitors. Could be work faster, more natural, or like last longer, whatever, depending on your product. Then what happens at this point is that more competitors start jumping in because they see, you're selling well. There are like some key players that are selling well, so there is more competition within the market. So the market is crowded, and the formula. So what you basically need to do here is basically show the science, the formula, and the why your mechanism or offer, your product, is different from the others. Then you have a saturated market, basically like full of competitors here. You need to focus more on the proof, community, and transparency. So it's basically showing more before and after, photos, videos, and testimonials. Partner with doctors or nutrition experts for authority, because people have tried everything in here. And then finally, there is the most mature market. If your audience buys based on identity and emotion, build a movement, not a product. So basically in here, the message could be diseases and diet is your comeback. So you're going towards the emotional, element of that specific person that probably, just doesn't feel good with the identity that this person has, and they want to have a new identity. That's the reason why people want to lose weight, because they want to be accepted from other people, most likely, right? And so by saying this is your comeback, you create a movement and you give reason for people to buy, because they are all aware they're like full of solution out there, and so they can just buy from anyone else. That's why when it comes to clothing brand, for instance, let's say clothing brand, then you see all these clothing brands that are born, and then all these cloth brands, they have like different communities and they born from different reasons. And this is why for a market where there are like thousands of different clothing brands, the reason why some of them can still work is because they understand this, like the owner of course understand this, and creates a brand specifically for a mature market. And so they create a community, they create a movement of people within their niche, and this is why most likely that clothing brand now is successful. And so the reason why your ROAS is low right now and you cannot improve it is because you're just focusing on testing the angle itself, but you're not thinking the angles and the messages within the market sophistication that you are in right now. So try to do this exercise, try to better understand how you can shape your messages, knowing your audience of course. Based on the market sophistication, you will most likely see an increase in overall ROAS. This is basically it for this video, guys. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment, leave a like of course, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next video.